You were the heartbreaker. Which heartbroken were you?
Heartbreakers are also
heartbroken. Is a lie.
Did I disappoint?
You disappointed.
All right, so back to my story.
You had one baggy jean, one trouser that was faded, and 2 polos. I called his mom because I felt there were too many lies and I wanted to know the truth. No, it's not that kind of vibe. Very kata relationship.
I didn't tell her that I had a relationship. As a matter of fact, I lied about it.
Hello and welcome. It's the E.B.U.N show, and on this episode, it's Hubby and I time. So on this episode, it's Hubby and I. We're just going to be gisting. I dragged them on this episode. We're going to be talking about how we met, our relationship up until wedding, our wedding and marriage, the journey so far. Why are we doing this? It's so that someone out there would learn one of two things. Know that relationships, marriages, weddings, proposals in real life are not always according to the fairy tale you watch while growing up or Nollywood and Hollywood movie. And in case you are married and you didn't get all the paparazzi, see, we are together. We are one of us. Let me not jump ahead of myself. So my husband is Nifemi Oguntoye. He is a broadcaster of over 15 years now. He writes, he speaks, is a master compere, a corporate compere, yes, a corporate compere, and a voiceover artist. CV sets, like CV, but if you need his voice, see me, I'm his manager. So I have the honor of bringing Nifemi Oguntoye of TVC on the E.B.U.N show today. Yay! So welcome on the show, babe.
Hello, darling.
The Otoknadu
Oh shit.
of the E.B.U.N show is here.
Aha.
The producer general, the commander-in-chief, the chief security officer, the chief executive officer.
Calm down. How much do you want? Because I know that these titles, it will end up with. Shout out to all the ATMs they call husbands. You see what we go through.
What do you go through? You work, I work. Which one is now?
But I spend more money.
Do I not give you money too?
Yeah, you do.
Babe, to the show. Why we are here? Okay, so how we met?
Yes, so about that, I'd gone to school.
Obama law school. We met during service here, Joe.
And it was about time to serve. And I told everyone who cared to listen that I was going to be at the OBS. That's what they call the Orientation Broadcasting Service on the NYC camps. And then I've been going to this particular OBS at Okada Wonderland in Benin. No, not in Benin.
Not in Benin. Okada, no, yes, Okada, yes.
They now call it Wonderland. And then I went there this very day. And
it was supposed to be an audition.
An audition. And there were quite a number of people there. And there was this lady. My first impression of her, I think I told you that you sounded like Fumi Yoda.
Because it was cold and my voice, voice went husky and all.
Something like that. And then I saw this raw talent that needed to be. Wait now. So
raw talent that needed to be harnessed.
I was coming as a core member, but I had years of experience on air, and I felt like, this voice, let us help her brush it. So that's how it started. I was mentoring her.
Go. My version of the story, Jerry. So I went to camp. I actually went with the intention of coming back to Lagos, so because I didn't like the idea of Benin.
And camp was on your birthday.
Yeah, it was on my birthday. Yes. I got to camp on 5th of July. So I too had the intention, because I'd been a child broadcaster thanks to Mrs. Idiat Lawal of Radio Lagos.
That's right.
So I've been a child broadcaster from secondary school days. This Omola Your show on Radio Lagos.
You guys, you presented it in Yoruba?
Yeah, you were presenting Yoruba.
Okay.
So I got to camp and I was looking forward to OBS too. And so I'd been going like he said. And so there was, and me, na guy, woman, I be like, all my friends were men. Like men. I flock with men. So fortunately for me, it was in front of my friend's hostel. We were going to have the audition. So each person had a script to read. And as I was reading mine, my guys did not even let me get to have. They were already hailing me. Okay. I was feeling fly already. Actually, someone was there catching feelings already.
No.
What is no?
No. That story is edited. It wasn't love at first sight.
Whatever. I said you were catching feelings. You have said your own. So later,
it was that I saw,
there was just this guy who will come and say, hey, so if you must talk on radio, there's after
vibes so far for you.
No, but okay, let's be sincere now.
Yes.
My own first impression of you was this guy was doing too much. Like you were coming at me too much. You didn't have to. I didn't need a teacher. I didn't need a mentor. I just felt, who is this guy with the
It comes with the
much?
passion and the experience.
What comes with passion and experience?
And the passion to see you grow and mature into, the voice that I had.
No, okay, now, we're being sincere because there's someone out there who has not made decision. What was your first impression, Oga?
Absolutely. The first time I saw you, it wasn't really love, really.
Yeah, but it was
it was just that.
At that point where you were trying to coach me, tell me what to do, and I was like...
So they had given us a task, I think.
Yeah,
we were supposed to anchor
state
together.
Coordinator.
Yes,
to interview the state coordinator.
Oh, interview at that point?
Yes, now at the beginning we were in front of his office when you were telling me all that.
And then for me at that point, it was just about ensuring that we have a great show. Because I had the on-air experience and I just wanted to bring you into the
And you didn't even check. You see, that's I too know. You didn't check because I also had experience.
Which year?
Which year? I started from secondary school. I said child broadcaster.
So child broadcaster, are you still a child at that point?
Hey, but
I felt that you were rusty. So I needed to...
So you just... We'll not live here. Okay, so let's get serious, really.
All right.
How we met. So my own first impression of him was, who be this guy? Then my husband was very crude in appearance.
Chai.
Now he's fine. I fed him.
Wait, you have to show pictures from...
Yeah.
People have to see the picture and be sure that
it's flashing right now. It's flashing right now. So my husband was some slim, not well-dressed guy. I don't know. So I wasn't even fascinated to him then. Well, yes, until I heard his voice. No, the voice.
Wait, let's play the voice.
Hello and welcome. This is Today in the News.
So until I heard his voice and I said, oh. But of course, I wasn't even ready for a relationship because I had a relationship before I got on camp.
While you were on camp?
Not while. From school.
Yes, from school.
Malfunctioning relationship. I knew I wasn't going to marry him because there was no regard for me. You know when you just, let's do it until it fades away by itself.
So you came
that was the point I was.
Open-minded that you're going to meet someone?
No. I was just in camp because I was in camp. It wasn't about
but if the
relationship must happen.
Yes.
Yeah, the focus wasn't relationship.
All right.
Do you understand? I had a relationship that if I needed someone to call, I could still call and all of that. Knowing in my mind that I know if he married this guy again. So that was how we met.
And then let's quickly move on to when you started catching feelings for me.
Hey!
Because she has now confessed that she fell in love with the voice.
I didn't say fall in love. I said I appreciated the voice.
Appreciate.
Like I appreciate Michael Koche's voice. I'm not in love with him.
So why?
Of course I like him. I love him. He's my brother. But I'm just saying that there are voices you appreciate. So don't twist the story.
So what happened when we go to what's that fellowship? NCCF. We're in church.
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen, listen. No. This is my story. We're in church.
Which your story? You're on this show.
And the pastor
giving you a show.
And the pastor is preaching, and they will be writing notes to me.
What notes?
And she will say, I dash you.
Hey.
Please, what does that mean?
See, you are
filling the gap.
It could be I hate you. It could be I'll kill you or something. So now, Kini, This guy na E.B.U.N for camp.
Jesus.
So my food, I'm not that provision kind of person. Like I took Golden Morn, I had beverages. Why am I promoting Golden Morn? So
Maybe they will sponsor the
cereals. I had all those things as a lady now. Now this guy chop am.
Why was this guy? Why were you giving it to this guy?
You didn't have money.
Was I the only hungry guy on camp?
But we're in OBS together.
Why was I the only guy at the OBS?
So now let's fast forward to you had a relationship coming to camp. No, okay.
Yeah.
Enough
okay.
jokes.
Right.
You had a relationship. What happened?
Yeah.
To that relation, because you also had a relationship coming. Camp.
So I had this relationship coming to camp, and
was it working?
Yeah, it was. In fact, I had made commitments to marry the person, But the thing about life is that sometimes when you're not well exposed, you may have made certain decisions perhaps too early in life. And when I met her, and then we started getting close, and then started catching feelings for each other, I didn't tell her that I had a relationship. As a matter of fact, I lied about it. So I think at that point...
Because, why did you lie? Was it because you just wanted to play games, or maybe because you felt if you told me it wouldn't have worked?
That's the thing. So you meet someone and then you like the person, and you just feel that opening up to the person that you are in a committed relationship kind of just shuts the, doors of opportunity to allow the chemistry between the two of you to flourish. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. But then, it's something that perhaps I wouldn't have done if it was in another environment where I was coming from. But I was on camp, and then I felt free. I think it was also a test of my integrity at the point in time. But I think for me, what happened was I saw something in Ebulomo that blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That was after you fell in love with me.
I need that. Okay,
so at that point, I just couldn't let go. Yeah. So beyond how I felt about you and how we felt about each other, I think we developed a rare kind of friendship that was very, very, for me, it was new. I hadn't had that kind of experience, friendship before.
Oh,
and then I was going to do anything to protect that friendship.
Okay, so fast forward.
Including lying to you about the fact that I was already engaged.
Oh, okay. So really it was about, you wanted this to grow, this friendship. You weren't even sure it was going to end in a relationship.
At that point,
and all
I wasn't
of that.
sure, yes.
Okay. So let's move to, we finished on camp. We were posted to Benin City together.
Yeah.
I was posted to the State Broadcasting Corporation, EBS.
Yes.
And I didn't like EBS. Matter of fact, I feel Edo State government is not doing well with that broadcasting corporation.
At that time, I don't know what it is right now. So I think you should speak based on your experience at that time.
I hope the government would have invested in it better.
Yeah.
So I got there and I was disappointed, and it didn't look like where I wanted to serve.
She was actually crying. I mean, we entered EBS and it felt like a ghost station.
They were still using typewriter.
So my wife, my friend at that time, entered and she was like, there's no way I'm serving here. Unfortunately for her, I think you had followed me to ITV.
No, I had not gone.
Oh, you hadn't
but
even
they
gone.
had posted you to ITV Benin, and I knew it was a private station, and I just wanted anything better than where I was posted. And I had this opportunity with my uncle, who was going to somehow help me work at UBTH, and I just wanted to take the opportunity. Thank God for our state coordinator.
Exactly.
Yes, at the point. So I went to meet him and I said I wanted a transfer. Then EBS2 was not even ready to take offers, so it was very easy. But see, he wasn't going to let me serve at the hospital because he felt I had this broadcasting talent.
Because we had together interviewed him as well as the South coordinator of the NYC on camp at that time. So, and you had also been to ITV. I mean, she entered ITV, it was like a totally different world.
I've not been there.
Oh, really?
I had.
Yes.
So I came to visit you at like where you were posted, and I just knew. So the state coordinator told me anywhere you want other than the hospital, anywhere you could play out your talent.
That aligns with your skills. And
long story short, we're both together at independent television and radio Benin City.
That's right.
And a relationship just started. Our relationship was very rocky.
How do you been rocky?
So I'm saying this because good job. No, it's not that kind of vibe. Very kata relationship. So we are there, and we're telling our story so that you know that there is no one way. That is why I don't like this idea of people saying I'm a coach, this is how you should do things. It doesn't always follow. I want to say we have a great marriage. We are recording now, 2021. We're 6 years in marriage and it's been good. We have our issues though, but our relationship was not very smooth. From my own side, being the lady, and I was at the receiving point. So there was this lady. Fortunately, me and the lady, we are now friends though. But then it wasn't easy. So my then friend had been in this relationship, had commitments. The family already knew her. The church already knew her, and it wasn't easy to break. So she too was fighting to save our relationship. I was here, innocently lied to. It was later I got to know that, there was a relationship somewhere, and I was even ready to let go that, I'm not into all this. But the guy had fallen in love. So text messages were coming to me. You had this, name calling and everything. And he too tried to break the relationship. But when your parents already see someone you brought home already, and trust African parents, the lady is a spec for the family, and you already told them this is who I want to marry, and now there's another lady in the picture. So what did I do when I found out about all those? I called his mom, because I felt there were too many lies and I wanted to know the truth. So there was a time that Nifemi came back to Benin and said he had ended the relationship.
It feels very strange when they are telling your life story.
So he came back and said he had broken the relationship. But you see, we women do not take for granted that intuitive feeling, that sensitivity. Somehow I just knew. I had no evidence. I just knew it'd be like, this guy, they lie. So I found his mom's number and I said, hello, ma. Blah, 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 blah. I'm Ebulomo.
So you called my
at
mom?
the time. Yes, I called your mom. And I said, this is what has been happening.
You see why when you're in a relationship, you have to put password on your phone.
Even if you put 1,000 password between your son and myself, and this has been the situation. I found out that there's this relationship, this existing relationship, but he told me now that he has broken the relationship. That, ma, please, I just want you to tell me the truth. I said, you run you. Matter of fact, you just went on to reinforce the relationship. Oh my God, I suffered.
I can't remember really.
You will not remember. But now me suffer. So I felt heartbroken, like, why would you have lied to me? I knew it wasn't easy for you, given all that had gone into years.
Now you know. Well, I'm not sure you really understood at that time.
So what should I have done at that point?
No, I'm just saying.
I was going to go away. Like, I was ready to go, coupled with other ladies that you had around then. It was really a messy year. Like some ladies that were coming visiting, and to think we're even in the same ITV quarters, like we're living together. So you see how. So
the thing is, I think that relationships are built on individuals. At times we have these very wrong concepts that once you fall in love and then the romance is tight, then things are going to work. No. It boils down to how well both parties have grown. At that year in my life, I was young. I was, you had
ojukokuru.
Well,
you didn't know what you want to do.
I was growing.
You were getting exposure for the first time, I guess.
Not for the first time, really, but
like that kind of freedom
on a larger scale. And then people were hearing my voice. They liked me, so I had a lot of people who wanted to be around me. And even though I was a Christian at the point, my character had not grown to the point where I could say no to certain things. So here's the point. The point is, I think that most times we don't, we don't prioritize personal development. We just think that because I've left school and then I'm at this certain age,
I'm an adult, we are not paying attention to our character.
Then I should be in a relationship. Relationship usually would flourish on the wings of people who have taken time to grow up.
True. And you see, when I was much
develop.
younger too, I entered into a relationship senselessly. And my elder sister, Auntie Tayo, told me something that, see, I'm not saying it's wrong to have entered this relationship, but go to school, finish school, understand, meet, have several options, and come back to tell me that this is the same person.
Exposure is
Do you
key.
understand? At the point where you were in school, you felt, this, kudos to those who maintained one relationship all through and their marriages are working.
That's right.
But I think it is a whole new experience when you start work from when you just gained admission. You meet different calibers of guys, you have options, and then haven't had these options and you still say this is the person I'm settling for. I think then I can listen
When
to
I was in school that year, my pastor would say that I don't take your relationship seriously until you've gone on IT or you've gone to serve. And I didn't understand what he was saying all the while, because at the point it was making the case for the fact that you need to experience the world. Because you can be in one village or in one school or in one city and think that is all there is to the world. But you need to travel out of this country for a bit. And he would say jokingly that, also there's this brother that you're in love with, whose trouser is bad and
talking about your trouser, my husband.
Leave that
What?
wall, calm down.
See, wait though. No, let me say it. See, now you have several suits. We can make choices. Even among the blue suits, you can say use this blue, this. Then you didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
You had one jean, one baggy jean, one trouser that was faded, and 2 polos. So there was a day, because I'm this type of person who cares about how even my friends appear, not talk of someone I'm going to settle with. So there was a Sunday morning on camp, you would be allowed to wear mufti. So I said, come. I called him very early, around 6. Come outside.
Apparently, she wanted to see how I dress without the NYC khaki.
The khaki.
Did I disappoint?
You disappointed.
All right, so back to my story. Here's the thing. Shout out to all the ladies who fell in love with us when we didn't have much and when we're not looking like it. And that's why, sometimes you also have to secure your perimeter early. Identify. Shout out to the ladies with the eagle's eyes. You have to be able to see the potential of a man, not waiting for his arrival. Because by the time the man is made, every woman would have been a man.
Motivational speaker.
So my pastor at that point would say that there's this guy that you are in a relationship with who doesn't have anything and all of that. But I want you to go and see the world. For instance, do your IT in the bank where the bank manager who is a believer, who is a Christian or whatever religion that you practice,
who conforms to your religious beliefs,
and who is made, who has a house, who has a car, and the same guy is tripping for you. He now said at that point, if you decide to stay with this,
now I'm sure that's the decision you've made. So let's get back on track. So our relationship, it got to that point where we broke up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we broke up several times. So because I remember that I would go back to radio heartbroken, and then I would start playing you were
the heartbreaker. Which heartbroken were you?
Heartbreakers are also
heartbroken. Is a lie. So in fact, the peak of it for me was when the girlfriend then visited, and it was going to be a mess. And I just called my controller, Sonny Dukokoso, and I said I was done. I packed my bag, and I said, because I couldn't continue in that.
Done what?
We were working already now.
You wanted to leave Benin?
Yes. Because we served and both of us were retained, so we were already workers. We were working with ITV, and I told him that I was leaving. I called my elder sister. This has happened, and that I was leaving. All this while, I had not even told my mom about him, but my sister knew. So kudos to Sonny Duke. He just told me that wait till we see again. That we weren't going to have that conversation over the phone, that we're going to see. And it was time for this most beautiful girl in Benin, this beauty pageant. And I was constantly on the red carpet with, what's this our big guy's name now?
Sydney Shocker.
Sydney Shocker. Shocked me a little.
Sydney Shocker. Shout out to
Sydney. That day I now dressed to kill.
Is she? I remember that.
I was now flaunting with Lodger with the big wigs, and you don't believe men.
Was it a leopard dress or one?
It's not leopard. It's not that one.
Red dress like.
It's not red. Okay, let me tell my story. I was all these fine guys. I want to meet the guy on the same table.
Hi.
But I felt you back.
Me? I wasn't even looking at you.
No, you were not. That you were crying. You eventually cried on this matter.
Me.
It's like
No,
you like it.
I'm not sure I cried.
Office, but I call her.
I was just feeling the tears to win your heart. You know that kind of tears.
See,
like,
at this point, my own lesson for ladies is it's okay to want to make a relationship work.
Yeah.
But as long as you are not married, do not give everything. Even in marriage now, we now know that if it becomes a case of domestic violence or abuse, do not give all. And what I mean by do not give all is do not give your life. Now, especially in relationship, I always believe that relationships can break. It is marriage you should try to work out. Try to work relationship out, but do not give yourself into it. And what do I mean by do not sell yourself off? You don't have self-confidence again. Your pride is lost in it. You are out. You are not even sure. You're no longer sure of yourself. If you talk, the guy says you don't know how to talk. You smile, the guy is saying, why are you smiling like an idiot? Do you understand? Please walk away. Maintain your pride. Our relationship started working when he saw that I was ready to leave.
I think there is an element of self-worth that is required.
Yes, that is required.
That's what she's talking about. The fact that sometimes we don't see any other person apart from the guy that you're involved with. And that is good for marriage, but it's not great for relationship because sometimes there is a value gap that is needed for the other party to see you for who you are. And it begins with you understanding that I'm worth more than this. If this guy is not giving me what I want, you should. It is not always very easy, but you need to summon on the courage.
And so I think another thing that Ginger did was when first I got match made. So I really went to meet the guy, and there was this other guy that we served together, and both of them. And for the first time, I made him know that there were guys in my corner. So all the while, I made him feel safe. He didn't even know. I'm sure at that point he was so sure that no other guy was asking me out because like I kept them at arm's length. One of them came to visit. One of them had the car. This guy, he didn't even own a bicycle. So I let the guy come and visit me. So one of the guys brought chicken. Really? This guy came into my room. I made him finish the chicken, and I said, "Voila, yeah." It's one of them that just brought the even like throwing up. Why didn't you tell me? Why you were kidding me? I told you what chicken.
It's amazing how ladies keep the record. I mean, is she talking about me? I don't understand. I can't even remember what she's talking about.
I wrote 2015. I'm getting married 2015, and he said, "You are getting married 2015." I said, "See, this year is certain, with or without. If it's not you, another person is coming." And it changed to his boxers, and I could see his full arousal. I want to identify with ladies who have been raped and could not get justice.
We should now assume, I think that every woman should assume that every man is a potential rapist.